Welcome to Mereak Firmaxe's campaign expedition through Moria. Episode 1. What a blast! So welcome to another Adventures of Mereak Firmaxe as we re-explore Campaign 6, which was originally created in version 1 of the game. So 1.1. And its seed number was 777777777. And I created this game, played through it once. It was one of the more enjoyable layouts that I had found in the game. And I am going to revisit here on difficulty hard. Now, I did create this in version 1 of the game, and it is fresh. But I wanted to play with the granite pieces that they took away in version 1.2 of the game. And so when I saved a version 1 of the actual game files and recreated this game world. And then I brought a star metal hammer and a piece of granite with me to open up those pieces. And I removed those. And so I am starting fresh. Now I do have a larger backpack on, but no other equipment. And I am using 2 add-on modules. And that is fat stacks and epic items in any slot, only because I've played the game plenty of times without any of that extra, and without those 2 items the game frustrates me a little bit. But the gameplay will be exactly the same. I did open up the granite pieces before I converted it to version 1.2 of the game, and we will start with a fresh playthrough. I do plan on posting all of the adventures and campaign on hard to my YouTube channel and creating YouTube shorts, tutorial shorts, to educate people on how to play the game, as the game is going to be put on Steam. Alright, so why don't we get started? We'll play offline. Now, I did pick up some wood scraps here already when I reset the game. So whether you play the game on sandbox or campaign, and I always recommend playing on campaign first, the starting area is exactly the same. It is rich in wood scraps, metal scraps, stone is plentiful, cloth, and of course mushrooms, which regrow every 4 days. But the rest of this stuff spawns continuously.
There must be a way back to camp. Could try the doors of Durin from the inside. Best get going.
In fact, later in the game, I very much regularly come back here and pick up pieces when I need them, or I actually, when fast travel becomes available, I will create a stone here so I can get back and forth easily, or when new people join my games, they can just easily play. So the tutorial in the beginning part is the exact same. You have to craft a pick and a torch, and then you just follow the instructions in the upper right hand corner of the screen, and that's it. It's pretty basic.
Firelight. We are not alone.
I recommend picking up as much here as you physically can.
Whoa, a raven of Erebor.
So in the campaign game, the Raven of Erebor, who you'll meet in a minute, will guide you through the game, which is why I recommend that you play a campaign first, because sandbox doesn't quite make any sense without playing through once. And Aric here will guide you through various steps along the way and kind of teach you how to play the game long term. It's a cool mechanic. Highly recommend you follow it. So let's start that conversation.
Ah, are you from our camp?
Thank the winds! I am Aric, son of Aric. Yours is the only friendly face here.
What happened to the rest of camp?
I cannot tell. A curse, ill curse. It blocks me.
Could you search for a way out? And for any other survivors?
I will search. You go east, see what you can find. I will fly to you when I can.
So just following those instructions, you will get more as you go along the way. This part will ask you to create quick platforms, which are very useful, not only so you can climb over obstacles, but avoid obstacles on the ground, such as poison or shadow later. And this is where the beginning tutorial that ends as far as the sandbox or campaign goes. And so in sandbox you will come out into a different area. Though this area does exist, Westgate does exist in the sandbox, it will not be on the other side of this wall, more than likely. Now it's good to go along the way and collect materials. You should collect as much as you can.
The doors of Durin.
Use your pick to
What is wrong
break
with
things
it?
apart.
I've never seen rooms with such shadow. No wonder we couldn't get it open from the other side.
Of course, you will
The
pick up
doors
on
of
the lore.
Durin. What is wrong with it? I've never seen rooms with such shadow. No wonder we couldn't get it open from the other side. The doors of Durin.
That is annoying how many times it will trigger.
What's wrong with it? I've never seen rooms with such shadow. No wonder we couldn't get it open from the other side.
It's important that you pick up things. Now along the way you will find fellowship, signs of the fellowship. And I wish there was a way to collect these. If you destroy this area, they will destroy. So I'm going to try leaving that one alone. Now it's important to listen to the orcs. The orcs actually give you clues as well on how to play the game. So you just heard the orcs say they're not going to attack us just yet. Orc Town needs to prepare. So you have a stay before you're continuously assaulted. Usually at the end of day 2, beginning of day 3, that changes. Especially when you're playing on hard. So the goal right now is to get as much as you can in materials. Obviously mushrooms are good food, and you're going to want to pick up as much of this material as possible. You can destroy those patches. I recommend that you don't. You will find things that can be repaired later along the way. I recommend not destroying those. The reason is later you can disassemble them and they actually give you more materials than it takes to repair them. Now, in Sandbox and in campaign mode, you will find places like this with these barrels with ale still in them. Evening ale, you drink it before you go to bed and you will get a buff. So that is most definitely worthwhile. And when you hit something, you can hit multiple things depending on your angle at the same time. I'll demonstrate later how the pickaxe has a cone effect. Oh, and these little hidden areas sometimes, as you see, will have treasure chests or resources. Also worthwhile. Let's talk a little bit about the bars next to your character. There's a blue bar and a yellow bar. The blue bar is your energy. The yellow bar is your stamina. Stamina recharges over time when you're not doing things like digging or running or fighting. And those things drain stamina, and when you're out of stamina, you can't do them anymore. But if you stay still for a minute or don't use those activities for a while, stamina will recharge. Energy only recharges when you eat or you sleep. So you got to be careful. And it's only with certain food items that it recharges. So for example, it will not recharge if you just eat a mushroom. But later I'll show you how to cook, and the things you cook can recharge. So here's Aric again. Let's talk to Aric. And we can do other stuff while that's happening.
There's no way west. No way out.
I did not think we would see shadow-cursed ruins in Moria. Our path, then, must go east.
Long journey. You must prepare. Up here, at that old dwarven camp.
You're right. It's time to find shelter before making our way further.
I will scout ahead. Stay alive.
With luck, we will exit the Emerald Gate. For now, we must face the long dark of Moria.
Now you don't have to make your initial base here. It is useful, so I do recommend it in campaign mode. In sandbox mode, there's nothing here to repair. Okay, and we see here that I can no longer mine because my stamina was gone and I have to wait a minute or a few seconds for it to recharge. And it only recharges up to the level of my energy. Oh. So here is Ori's original camp. Now this area does exist in Sandbox, but it is not populated with any damaged equipment for repair. And I'll show you what that is. I am clearing this out so we can build some stable walls. Walls do buy you time. Orcs can break them down. But it takes them a minute, which could be the difference between life and death. Okay, so here we have a hearth and you can rebuild. Ate a mushroom real quick. Now I don't like this table, so I will build a nicer table. Let's unlock the camp table. And that'll open up the bigger table. I just like the look of that table. Now we're instructed to build a bedroll. Claim it. We are going to rebuild the furnace. We can not rebuild the forge yet. Now I do like moving this stuff in this room personally. Let's put up a door. In this game it snaps into place. Version 1.2 of the game, they've much improved this. And I usually build a few of these furnaces because you're going to want to get into production when it comes to stuff. Now this is a map stone for fast travel. You won't have access to this for a little while. You can use a black diamond and stone to repair this one or create new ones later. I usually don't use pallets personally. I will create a few boxes to store things in. Six should be enough. Let's finish clearing this up. You'll notice that the goblin there, we got too close. Now they will eventually attack you, so you got to be careful. It is early evening, so most goblin and orc activity, well, goblin just being another word for orc in a different language, but happens at night or in the dark. And like I said, you get a reprieve your first 2 days in the starting area on in the campaign mode. You don't get very much in sandbox mode. In fact, I've played on sandbox mode, immediately get attacked. It's twilight, but we're gonna start digging a little bit. I want some more stone. And this is ore. Now when you're mining, there's material, one of 3 rock types basically. One is stone, one is granite, and the other is adamant. Well, I broke my simple pickaxe, so I'm going to create a new one. And then there's the material that you're actually mining, the most common of which is coal and iron. So building materials are with just the stone, and then of course you craft with the other materials. Items like armor and weapons. Buffs are important in this game. You get them from food, from beer, but you can get them through mining. So, to trigger one of the best buffs in the game, you have to hit your material that you're mining, in this case iron, and it will allow you to start singing a song, which I hit E for.
Roots are not reached by the frost. From ash just a fire shall be woken. A light from the shadows shall spring. Renewed shall be blade that was broken. The crownless again shall be king.
And I consider this one of the most useful buffs in the game. It's called Ore Frenzy. It allows you to use your pickaxe on anything, whether it's mining or destroying things, without triggering fatigue. In other words, though I am tired, I am still mining, and there is no stamina bar shown. And it doesn't matter what my energy level is, it doesn't matter any of that. See? I can break this apart and it'll work just fine. It is dusk. So you usually want to get close to where you're living in the evening. So about twilight, I wrap up what I'm doing and start heading back, but I'm right outside of my home base right now. And I just got notice that the darkness of night falls, so now is danger zone. Not so much here in the starting area, but in other areas it will be dangerous. And I'll show you how to tell how much noise you're making and how dangerous it is in a few minutes when I hit another area. Need another mushroom real quick. We're going to put up some barricades. Barricades stop the orcs from getting to you. So they have to destroy them first. So I always put up a few of these. Now you'll notice that there's dots on the ground in a solid line. That's defined by your hearth. The bigger the hearth, the larger the area. So this is to buy us time, basically. I quite enjoy the building system in this game, and I think they've made quite a bit of improvements. Alright. So now it's nighttime, you want to be back in your home or your camp. I'm going to make some iron ingots because I just mined some iron. Not a ton, but I have some. And before you go to bed, you want to cook. Now let's go over this. Meat comes from some of the animals and snack rats, and it restores your health. Mushroom stew, eat to restore health. Medley skewers, eat to restore health. Energy, that's that blue bar. Health is the red bar in the lower right, the lower left-hand corner. And feel stuffed for a short time, that's a buff. And stuffed mushrooms restores health, a lot of energy, and feel stuffed for a short time. So we're going to cook one of these, and then we're going to go to sleep.
When do we attack? I want to taste dwarf flesh.
Yes, they always want to eat dwarf for some reason. Okay, so in the lower left-hand corner, you see my food, which has a little piece of pie next to it, is empty. My red bar is full. Those are my hit points. You heal that when you rest or you eat. But I'm going to eat this. And a good rest restored energy and cured any negative effects. That's rested. And well fed. All actions cost less energy for a short time. All of that is very good. Now, in campaign, in each of these camps is a treasure chest, and this one is Ori's.
A dwarven chest.
And if
Let's
you
get you open.
examine
See what
it,
you're keeping
you'll get a
secret.
recipe for a key. We're going to use some of that iron ingots to rebuild this. It'll grant us some recipes. And then we are going to craft the key. Open it up, and this will give us the clue to where the first fragment of Durin's axe is, which is always useful. Then the next thing we're going to craft is a hammer. Now, the hammer is used to repair things, to get recipes.
They'll make a tasty treat.
Which is very useful. I like arranging things in a particular order. I also create a box out here to put junk in. Now you're going to want to craft a couple of these. And you might need a weapon or two. Put our extras in our pack. How you arrange things is all personal preference. Alright, the morning of day 2. Alright. So it is time to go out. Oh, he wants to fight. Don't forget blocking. In this game, blocking, you take 0 damage. Most combat happens with attack, attack, block. You can hold down your attack key to get a stronger attack. Oh, shoot. Ow, ow, ow. Attack, attack, block. Attack, attack, block. Attack, attack, attack. Now you'll notice
A Muznakan to a family of old. I will return the missing figures. Honor them.
so Muznakans are very important. They open up special recipes for armor and equipment. And so you're going to want to keep your eye out for the little statues. These are different than the little statues you get for burying an ancestor. Those are used for a different purpose, but the Muznakans are important for recipes. I'm kind of surprised I got attacked by folks on day 2. It was a little disconcerting. Again, things like this, you want to save the locations, because when you can finally repair them, you get more materials out of them than you put in. And some of those materials are very rare. You can destroy the buildings, so be careful. Found a new ingredient. Statues are important. Once you have the hammer, you can rebuild them. And I don't have any stone, so I left the stone in the house. So I am going to mine this ore. This is coal. Coal is used to fire furnaces. And you see I hit it 3 times, so I was prompted to start singing. So I can get my ore mining buff.
When the work is done, nailed in my hand by the heart.
And I got my ore frenzy. That's awesome. Now using the pick doesn't cost me any stamina. Now we can repair, because I mined some stone. And we got a piece to a recipe. Oh, and I broke my pick again. Oh, I already had another pick. Oops. When mining large areas, I like to start high and work my way down. And I usually go in a spiral type pattern. Now right now I'm hoping to get a little more iron. There we go. So we get enough iron to make enough ingots, and then we will quietly go around and repair all the statues we can to get the recipes to make weapons and armor. Every time you go into a zone, you will be under geared for that zone. That's just the way the game works. So the first thing you have to do is scout out all the areas to get the recipes, which means repairing statues and finding Muznazkans. Get the recipes. Do the minimal amount of mining so you can get the materials for the new area, and then build yourself a new set of armor and weapons. And you will repeat this for every level or zone in the game. Now, Sandbox is no different, and there will always be extra statues to repair. They are not hard to come by. There's not only a set number and that's it. There's more than what you need for sure. Don't forget to build platforms and things if you need it. It's afternoon. I think we'll go to late afternoon, twilight before I run back. Now these rooms of resources will look slightly different in Sandbox, but in Campaign there are rooms like this with 2 pillars of resources. And they're pretty consistent. There are other types of rooms. You will see the rooms repeated again and again throughout the game. So if you get used to the patterns of how to mine, efficiently attain resources with the fastest as possible with the smallest amount of effort. Sandbox does disrupt some of that, introducing new rooms and biomes, which is kind of cool. I really enjoy that. So you'll have to learn new patterns as you adventure. And during the adventure, you'll figure out how to properly and efficiently mine. early on, breaking a lot of picks and axes is normal. When you get real weapons, it'll be a lot easier. Right now, to get a sword and a shield, I definitely need iron, because I had run out. Okay, it is early evening, so I am going to finish up here shortly and then run out of this room towards my base and hopefully avoid being attacked. I don't want to start singing again. Arm your weapon and run out. And we'll come back. Oh, where did he go? I was hoping to kill that snack rat for some meat. Creatures make different noises. For example, I know by the noise that there are wolves. Alright, why don't we make ourselves some dinner? And go to sleep. Now we will wake up and likely be immediately attacked.
I'll destroy you first.
Alright, I'm gonna make a... I'm gonna need... So they're beating down the walls. I did not eat first before I came out here. That was on purpose, because I want to go back in there and gain more health in a moment. You can shield bash. Oh, I got killed. Well, I will demonstrate how to get your stuff back. Waited a little too long. Okay, so when you eat, you do heal. Where you die, there will be this vase that or this urn that contains all of your stuff. Looks like we need some hide. Hide comes from pig dog things and other animals and wolves. Like one of those things. When you block in the game, you will avoid all damage. Oh, here's a statue to repair. Oh, I left all my stone. I'll get some in a minute. Alright. Oh, I ran out of stamina. Let's wait until it recharges. Now when I hit this 3 times, 1, 2, 3, now we can start singing. Get Or Fury again.
Now swing her strong and wail her song, forever or till day's end. Where, hey, when the throat runs dry, ale in my hand by the hearth, ale in my hand by the hearth.
I should have said or frenzy, not fury. Okay, we're at late morning. I'm always watching the time. Alright, let's go repair a couple things. Oh!
I need a better weapon for this.
Okay, I got a war axe, that's good. Oh, I need... I need that leather. Usually a statue in these rooms somewhere. There it is. So I am running and you see my stamina go down till it's gone. . It's a piece of the armor. Here's Aric.
These shadow vents are almost as bad as those cursed runes.
Evil curses. Evil. Highway blocked. Must find another way east.
Maybe we can get into the old mines and find a way back onto Durin's highway from here.
Mines are close. Dig through. Find where to dig through.
Right. I will find the right spot to dig a shortcut to the mines. I will see you soon, friend.
In the mines.
Alright, so now we've got to find the mines of Moria. That's how he guides you through. I was hoping for another statue. Though I did pick up a couple of Muznazkans. Stay out of the purple. It will curse you and then you'll damage over time and it's bad news. Oh, wolves. Wolves can do a lot of damage in a short period of time. I was hoping to fix a couple more statues before I go back. Now sometimes there's dirt, other times there's rock. There can be ore in these. Okay, I got armor. Snack rats are good for, well, meat. So, kill them when you can. I might have enough statues for the Muznakan. Yes, I do. 5 out of 5. So we place the statues.
I will return
Open
the
it.
missing figures.
And we've got a shield. Usually we get 2 different items. But it looks like... Oh, we did get a trapper hat. Okay. Oh, let's risk it and do one other. Ooh. Alright, you'll notice I didn't get anything this time. Oh, got the gloves. Okay. So we will come back here. That's the room I call the Cranberry House in campaign. They exist in sandbox mode, but there aren't a lot of cranberries there for some reason, which is disappointing. But usually in campaign, the cranberries are plentiful in that room, and we'll fully explore later. One of the tricks I use is I dig out the entire entrance to a room when I've fully explored it and looted it. Oh, I forgot to shut the door. Oh. Alright, let's get a couple of war axes. Let's get an heirloom shield, which is tier 2. Notice it says tier 2, tier 1. Tier 2 is always better than tier 1. And now we will put on all of our gear. Make a stuffed mushroom. Let's go to sleep. Thank you for watching Mereak Firmaxe's campaign expedition through Moria. Episode 1, what a blast. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe below.